Hey, welcome back. We're wrapping up hour one of Liquid Lunch. We had Johnny Alves, the real Johnny Drama. We had Johnny Falcone as the CEO of Viva Live TV here, talking about all the great things they're doing with unique new content and delivering it to 40 million phones around the world. We had Nate Bradley talking about how you could take that data and you could repurpose it and resell it and take the power of your data into your own hands and make a few bucks off of it. And then, of course, we have Fernando Uribe here. He's a professor. He's on the college campuses. He's talking to the kids, talking about how the liberal media just lies and twists things. And now we take it to the cleanup spot. Final call of hour one, and we have Lieutenant Colonel Dan Davis joining us again. He always makes himself available to us when he can. Colonel, I want to thank you for joining us on Liquid Lunch, and I want to talk to you about this Baghdadi stuff.
Yeah, ready to go.
So, Colonel, I know a couple of weeks ago we had you on when we announced the pullout of Syria. You thought that it was a great move. You thought that we shouldn't leave anyone behind. We should get all our good men and women in the fighting forces back here to their homes in America. It seems like now Trump got somebody in his ear. He's leaving a couple hundred troops to protect the oil fields. Is that good for us?
No, I think it's actually really bad, and I hope he reconsiders. And hopefully they'll give him some briefings on exactly what's entailed with that, to include the security situation around. Here's the bottom line of why I say that it's a bad idea. I've conducted operations in isolated locations in both Afghanistan and Iraq, and have seen the enormous logistical tail that's necessary to keep the fuel flow and the ammunition flow and the water, food, all those things back and forth, and how much risk there is for those things as they go through there. That's just an operational situation. But the second thing is, these guys are like going to be in the middle of a hostile territory where you have Russian and Syrian troops that are actually already positioned not far from there. And our Secretary of Defense has said he's been in contact with his Russian counterpart. We don't need to have a potential conflict with this oil field, which is owned by Syria, whether we like it or not. That is their oil, and for us to unilaterally take it without any international or national justification, I think that's a bad move for us, because it has lots of risk, but it has no upside.
I know people were saying about 70% of the oil in Syria is up there in that western part of Syria. And when it was kind of unprotected, Iran was even trying to move in over there. You don't see any value in protecting it, or you think we should just get the heck out?
No, absolutely, we should get the heck out, because, and here's the key thing, there is such a minuscule amount of oil we're talking about. It's not enough to even worry about. It's like 30,000 barrels a day, which on the larger scheme of things is just a fraction, a rounding error to what we do in the United States, for example. And elsewhere in the Middle East, there's all kinds of people that produce a lot more than that. But there is so much strategic risk that there is nothing to gain by it. Even if we protected it, what are we protecting it for? It's not for America. Our security is not at risk. So why would we want to risk anything for something that doesn't even benefit us?
Wow. Well, these are the insights of a man who's been there, boots on the ground, rubber meets the road, ran these type of operations. And I'm no general, I'm no colonel, but I bring in the best people that know where the rubber meets the road, like Lieutenant Colonel Dan Davis. Dan, thank you very much. We really appreciate your service, your commentary. It's always welcome here at Liquid Lunch.
Thank you.
Dan Davis brings us what's really happening out there. And maybe we should just get the heck out. Don't get the heck out anywhere. Liquid Lunch, hour two, coming back after this.